Good morning, welcome back to my channel. We're in a slightly different position on the floor today. And today, I'm doing something I'm very excited about. I've been excited since I ordered the t-shirt for it. I love this show. I'm going to be doing a review of Orphan Black Season 4. Yes, I know I'm slightly behind because we're on episode 2 at the minute. Netflix, I love you. You've made my life. Otherwise I'd be having to wait forever. Or maybe just buy it on DVD, but you're gonna do episode 2 Friday. Hopefully. Yes, I will. Don't know if you can see. I've had them all organised. I got the t-shirt. Came today, very excited. So, oh, excuse the lips. I went to a friend's birthday party last night, so I look slightly haggard. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. So now we're on season 4. Let's get my notes up. Start the episode 1, with MK, this new clone. So we start off in the forest. The tree choppers. One minute they're kissing, the next they're burying a body. Not entirely sure what. And I can't tell whether they're meant to be like good people. Not that burying bodies is good, but like whether they're sort of I'll explain it more because there's more to the end of the episode. And then we get a shot because they actually released the first 5 minutes of the episode as a kind of teaser. So we see Beth. So this episode is kind of Beth centered. The tagline is, to go forward you have to go back, which I really sort of like that concept because we don't know much about Beth. We know she's the catalyst for it all. We know she is how Sarah gets on the sort of clone front, like, because she jumps in front of the train and Sarah steals her identity and that's how everything gets started. But we don't know what led Beth to commit suicide. So we see her answering the phone to MK, and it sounds like MK is her tipper, like she's investigating this all with the help of MK. I sort of thought she was so cool. She's sort of out of it, like Beth's secret clone. I know about MK's backstory, like how she got into it. I want to know how like she knows all about Neolution. So they follow MK's tip-off to the body. And the bit that cracked me up the most was IMDb again. Janice, I think that's the name. Janice, the medical detective, forensic investigator person, undoes the body. Not undoes the body, undoes the bag, opens the body, and we see the cheek. And my favourite bit was her line of, "That's cheeky." I was just like, this show gets my humour. The missing cheek. What's with that? That was so cool. So then they're sort of like, she goes off to MK to sort of be like, what's with the cheek? And then we sort of see scenes of Beth, Alice and Cosima. I was like, Cosima, you're back! Alison, you're back! But I love the backstory between them. Like, Beth kept a lot from Alison and Cosima. I mean, she kept MK pretty much. I mean, but I love how sort of, in a sense, Beth is trying to protect Alison and Cosima. Like, she's trying to keep them separate. So it's quite fascinating because she sort of kind of keeps them separate, even though sort of she's doing, like, she's investigating the clone kind of thing technically for them. and she's doing it all to protect them. She keeps them kind of at arm's length. Lo and behold, who do we see? I'm like, look, Sony will know who she is. She will have a massive role in your life, and like, even though she won't be alive, she will have a massive impact in your life, and like, things could have turned out completely differently. And I love how they interwove that, like, they put Felix in that situation, and just thinking that things could have been a whole lot different. We have the head cop, white-head guy, can't remember. Oh, IMDb is yet a very great thing. I promise I will get these names. Ah, Gavin, Lieutenant Gavin. I think that's the one. Yeah, I believe that's the one. Yeah, we'll just call him Gavin. We get this new copper, Mike, in the brown suit. He don't look too sketchy now, but later on down the line, further in the episode, we see all is not what it seems. And then we go into a club near Lucian. What was her name? You know, the white-haired lady who was like Olivier's right-hand woman? She has no white eye yet. I don't know whether I was the only one that noticed that, but she has no white contact yet. So I don't know what that means. I'm overanalyzing it because I might just be. But is that meant to mean something? And then we have the pregnant girl doing the magnets. I liked her. I don't know whether she's a good person, she's a bad person, because we see when Art's looking through the security footage that she is in Beth's house. I don't know whether it was, yeah, it must have been after she went to club near Lucian. So it's sort of like, is that a good visit or a visit? I actually have a funny story about that scene, where they have the magnets in the fingers. Yeah, I was scrolling through Facebook, as you do, and I came across a show from BBC Three. You know, they have BBC Three, and they sort of have little segments of the show to sort of say, come watch it on the internet. It was about someone having magnets in their fingers, and it reminded me of this scene. So then I, with her taking the pen out of Beth's pocket, so then I go on the comments, and that was the greatest part. They were all saying how this was in Orphan Black. Oh, Orphan Black. In a weird way, it is kind of ironic that Alison gave Beth the pills, because we all know what happened when Alison got up on the community theatre stage. Yeah, we all know where that led to. Rehab with a Vic. Yeah. And then Dee Dee. Or is it Evie? It sounded like Dee Dee in my ears, but it might be Evie. You know, Dr. Leakey's right-hand woman. Everybody has a right-hand woman or a right-hand man in this show. What does Leakey mean by one of your subjects seems to have exhumed one of yours? Like, what? Is there another, like, clone thing? Neolution thing going on? No line that sort of concerned me was when Dr. Leakey goes, I'll steer away. You look after your end, Evie. It's like, what is her end? Like, what is she doing? Like, of how we see the paranoia in Beth, like, because obviously we now know she had a serious drug problem, and how she went on a downward spiral, like leading to the night she jumped in the train. But it's not just the drugs. I mean, I think that was it didn't help, but I think it also helped Beth to, I don't know, separate sort of what was going on, if that makes sense. And oh, I loved her dress though. Her dress was amazing. cool, but I don't have anywhere to wear it. We have Beth and Art, their romance scene, and I was sort of like, well, I'll be damned. I'll be honest, I kind of sort of thought, no, it was more on Art's side, but I never thought they sort of like consummated the sort of relationship. And I like how we see afterwards that is right before she killed Maggie Chen. And so then it also makes sense that Art is in the picture, because if they've just done that, he's the first person she rings. I mean, I don't know who else she would ring, but it explains it a lot more as well, like how close they were, and how he was willing to cover for her, and how when Sarah takes over Beth's life, we are at this court case, like, investigation of what happened when Maggie Chen was killed. It just put all the pieces of the puzzle together. In the alley, we've had the phone call from the pregnant Neolution girl, who's like, my boyfriend in the lab, that's it. And she goes, and we see Copper, Mike. They're taking the piece of the cheek out, and I'm like, okay. And there's the two EMTs, I think it's EMTs, I think that's what they call them. It's either EMTs or EMS, I think. But I'm like, what is going on? And then what is happening in the cheek? I'll be honest, I thought it was a maggot. We first saw these implants in season 3 when, oh, what's his name? Oh no, we don't want that one. Dr. Nealon, that's it, when Dr. Nealon is trying to spit into Delphine's mouth. I mean, luckily he doesn't, she shoots him before that happens. But I want to know who are these tree trappers, because like I said earlier, from that, you don't know whether they're being good or evil, because it's all like they're taking it out for his benefit, I guess. That's what I like about this show. There is no line of this person is inherently good, this person is inherently evil. There is kind of like it's not black and white, it's kind of grey. Like, Sarah's done bad things, Helena's done bad things, Alison has done bad things, but does that mean she's a bad person? Because she's done lots of good things. Like, they are not, it's not as black and white. It sounds like there's someone there, and then we see her running, and then we see her shoot Maggie Chen. I have a lot of questions about Maggie Chen. I want to know why Maggie Chen was going to the lab in the first place, because we know she was with Marcus, who was sort of warping Helena, like, to kill the other clones. Like, she wasn't Prolethium, because Marcus wasn't Prolethium, but they were on that sort of side. So I'm sort of like, what was she doing in the lab? Because they are Neolution, Prolethian type people, Neolution type people. Two very different. I want answers. Like, I feel like you watch one episode, you get the answers you want, but then you get more questions. Things are coming together to move. Even though we are back to sort of square one, we are moving further forward than we ever have in that sense. But then after that we get to present day. When the phone rang, I was sort of like, is this Beth again? And then we see Sarah. Oh my God, Sarah's. And then on the phone is Art, who says there's someone here to speak to you, and it's MK. And I was like, bombs dropped. Oh. And she says to Sarah, well, her message was frightening. It sort of gave me goosebumps on my arms, because it was sort of like so eerie, so sort of like, because they're in this dark, and then it was like so sort of like spooky, if that makes sense. Like, she says to Sarah, Neolution knows where you are. They're coming for Kendall Malone. Listen to me, Sarah. You need to run right now. Like, when she said right now, I sort of got like, oh my, out the window into sort of like the Iceland. Oh yes, it is Iceland. I read it on my notes. Go me into like the Iceland snow view in the dark. But I'm chilling. But yes, that was my wrap up. Season 4, episode 1, Orphan Black. I hope you enjoyed it. I very much did. So, like I said, I will have this up either today, which is Sunday, or tomorrow, Monday. If you're a fellow fan, please comment. I need to meet fellow fans. All I do is talk about Orphan Black to my family. Please subscribe in the thingy bob below, because then I guess you'll get updates when I next post a video. Like, comment, probably said that quite a few times now. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.